Oh, I had an interesting conversation last week with Jane Elliott over the issue of reparation because
Uh-huh.
she's been on the show several times. Last time she was on, I posted a little video on YouTube, and people were like, "But she's not for reparation for black people, so I'm not listening to her. She's an op and all." It's like rah 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 rah. So I said, let me talk to her about this issue of reparations because I think. And I
That's
watched
it.
all them interviews, and I was like, none of the people were equipped to ask her the right question. So I had to do it. I had to
Yes,
do it
ma'am.
because I am equipped. And what I landed on with her, it was revelatory actually, Dr. Black, was that she said until we do right by the first Africans that were here, that y'all
Come on.
call Native Americans, Indigenous, or whatever, until we do right, because we have not done right by them,
Have not.
nobody else should be in line. Everybody should be like, nah, I'm not getting anything till you fix that.
That's
And
right.
then fix this. And then
That's
fix
right.
the.
That's
But
right.
if we leapfrog over the first assault, then everything that comes after it is wrong. And I said, you
That's
know
right.
what? I had to sit in that to your point. France, get it together. You owe
That's
Haiti.
right.
The
That's
world
right.
owes Haiti. But
The
you
world.
particularly made them people
That's
pay
right.
reparations for till the 70s, I think. Like y'all been
Right.
Because when I first heard her, it was good and exciting to hear. But then when she was pressed by alternative black media, see, that's the difference between us and Boule folks. See, you Boule folks, you HBCUs, colleges and universities, and all of y'all are not like that. Because I know whenever I go off on the Boule and stuff, some of y'all be in my DM saying, Vicky, some of us in the Boule love you. So don't throw us all away. So some of y'all were so impressed by this white woman, yes, because it's unusual for white folks to tell the truth about their own. Y'all brought her in and blew her up and took her name, her income to astronomical levels. At a time that you gave our greats like the Dr. Claude Andersons, the Honorable Lord Minister Farrakhan's, the Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's, may she rest in peace. And some of you all don't bring in voices, like mine to come speak to your students. You don't want any controversial or revolutionary voices, that are not accepted in mainstream. You're bringing little weird degenerates. You're bringing safe voices. I brought up Dr. Francis Cress Welsing in this setting and the great Dr. Claude Anderson, who is a living legend among us, as well as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm talking about them in particular because, they're older now, and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing has passed, may she rest in power. But these were voices that had education. They were academics, many of them, or they were world-renowned, well-known, like Minister Farrakhan and so forth. Yes? They didn't bring in those voices on a consistent basis. Now, a couple of times you do see Minister Farrakhan and so forth, and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing from time to time speak at a college or university. I'm not saying they never did. I'm saying that you all did not push them in the way that you pushed this white woman. Now, when you pressed her in recent years on alternative black media platforms, about that's great that you call out your people, but when you get to the nitty gritty of it, about responsibility, somebody put the word responsibility. That's always the test. The test is not like the Tim Wises of the world and the Jane Elliots of the world, white folks that come out there that will acknowledge and admit their oppression of us. You want a banana for that? You want an Addy boy for that? You want a pat on the back for that? That's nothing. When it comes down to alternative voices like ours, unlike the Roland Martins of the world, unlike the mainstream media outlets of the world, they just smiling and happy and high-fiving when these voices come to their platforms. None of them will seriously talk to her about reparations as a remedy to white folks' centuries-year madness.